So today we are going to discuss some more important aspects of the design and distillation column. So earlier we are discussing that we are using the McCabe-Thiele method for the designing of binary distillation column, in which we have developed the enriching equation and stripping equation. So this is the enriching equation, this is a stripping equation. So in the enriching equation, we have gone through some basic information that if R is given, we can draw this equation. So this equation can be drawn, and this equation, that is the enriching equation, is always cross through or pass through this line, that is a y is equal to 45 line at the this point, and this point is known as the x is equal to xd. That is basically the distillate composition. The second thing is the about the stripping enriching equation is that about the stripping equation is that this equation also pass through this line y is equal to 45, but at x is equal to sw. The xw, this is the xw value, that is the composition of a in the bottom. So obviously a means the lighter one, so lighter one will be a very small in the bottom section and very high in the top in the distillate. The bottom it can be 5%, it can be 3%, but at the top it can be 95%, 99%. So in the x, if it is a not in a percentage, it is a fraction, it is given in a fraction, otherwise it will be 10, 20, 30. So if it is a 5% means 0.05, this is xw. So but there is a one problem in this enriching stripping equation, that we cannot have the any data idea about the value of this L dash and V dash. So we cannot draw this line, but we have only one information, that it has to pass through. So it can be this line, it can be this line, because from this single point we can draw multiple lines, so many infinite number of lines, theoretically infinite number of lines can be drawn from the this can be one possible enriching stripping equation. All these are the possibility of stripping equation until and unless we know about the slope of the this line or any other point where we can match this one. So this is a one biggest problem with the stripping line. So we have a third, we need a third equation, we need a third point that helpful to decide the this decide how where we have to draw the line. So for that thing we have to come for the feed conditions. So feed conditions means we are much concerned about the thermal condition of feed, because feed can be a composition condition, means composition can also be a one condition, so composition is always given. But let us look about the thermal condition of feed. So it can be defined in terms of basically a very basic things, and that basic thing is defined by the Q. So this is a new term that we are going to deduce, Q. So Q is basically explain the status and the status of the thermal condition of the feed. So what is the meaning of Q? Q is the heat needed to vaporize the 1 mole of feed at entering conditions. So if we need to vaporize 1 mole of feed, that is the how much heat is required divided by the molar latent heat of vaporization of that feed. So means latent vaporization, and this is the heat needed for vaporization of 1 mole of feed at entering condition. That is the important thing. So this is a Q, and mathematically you can write this equation very simply. Q is equal to HV minus HF. So HV minus HF, basically we have to vaporize the feed. So we have to reach that one up to the HV level from the feed condition. So that's the difference between these two values gives the amount of heat required to vaporize the HF, vaporize the feed up to the level of vapor. Means the difference HV minus HF is the amount of heat, that one. And this HV minus HL is the amount, that amount is amount of heat required from saturated liquid to saturated vapor. That is nothing but the latent heat of vaporizations. So this is a mathematical representation of the value of Q. And for example, now let us take a one case. For example, if the feed is saturated liquid, means the feed that is entering into the column is saturated liquid. So it means this HF is equal to HL, because HL means saturated liquid condition. So what if you put this value instead of HF, it should be a HL. Then what happened? Obviously HV minus HL upon HV minus HL, both the denominator and numerator are same. It means that the value of Q is equal to 1. That is the first thing that you should know. For the saturated liquid, Q is equal to 1. Now let us take a second extreme case. If HF feed is a saturated vapor, then it means that HF is equal to HV. So what happened? So if you divide HB minus HB is equal to 0, so 0 upon something is equal to 0. So Q is equal to 0 for the case of saturated vapor. Got it? It's a simple one. So let us take the TXY diagram. We know about this is a subcooled liquid. Subcooled liquid, this is a saturated liquid points, and all these one liquid plus vapor, the saturated vapor, and superheated vapor. Superheated vapor. So now let us look about all these 5 conditions about the Q value. So this is a saturated liquid. So we know that the value is Q is equal to 1. For the saturated vapor, it is equal to 0. In between these two values, Q is lie between 0 to 1. And for the subcooled liquid, Q is greater than 1. And for the superheated, Q is less than 0. You can find very easily by using the Q equation that I have already explained in the previous slide. So this is the condition of the Q for the different temperature values for the different status of the feed composition. Sorry, feed condition. The feed is at any stage you can find the value of the Q. Exact value at 2 conditions, and other values can be found out with the help of the enthalpy calculations. So this is about the Q value. Now come to the second alternative definition of Q, but that is very much specific. If the feed is a vapor and liquid mixture, that is between the saturated vapor and saturated liquid, if the feed is vapor and liquid mixture, we can define the Q in some other way also, and that is a very simple definition. The fraction of moles of the liquid into the vapor liquid mixture of 1 mole. If suppose 1 mole of vapor and liquid are there, so how much fraction of moles of liquid is there? That is equal to the Q. What it means that if there are equimolar mixture of 50% liquid and 50% vapor, there is one liquid vapor liquid mixture where 50% liquid, 50% vapor, it means Q is equal to 0.5. So 0.5 based on this liquid value, this value. That's why. And if it is 25% liquid, so Q will be equal to 0.25. So that is the meaning of the Q for the vapor and liquid mixture. So that is a very much useful. For example, if suppose F is the flow rate of feed, it can be any value. So if you multiply, and we assume that it can be a vapor and it can be a liquid, or it can be a vapor and liquid. So more general format, we can assume that it is a vapor liquid. Feed is vapor liquid. So if you multiply Q into F, what it means? Because we know that Q for the vapor liquid, it tells about the amount of liquid that is present, fractional amount of liquid that is present. If you multiply by the F, so that will tell about the amount of liquid. Sorry, this is not amount of liquid in feed, amount of feed in liquid phase. We can say like this one also, means how much liquid phase, how much the amount of liquid in the feed. That is the meaning. And 1 minus Q multiplied by F is the reverse one. That is the amount of vapor phase, amount of the vapor in the liquid in the feed. Sorry. So these value is very important for us. So we can find out how much is the amount of the liquid and how much is the amount of feed. For example, this is if suppose this is a feed that is entering into the distillation column, so any liquid that is going into the distillation column will fall down, and that will be represented by the QF. That is the amount of the liquid that is from the feed, and 1 minus QF is the amount of vapor, as we have gone through it. It can be, for example, if it is 100% liquid, so automatically this will be 0. And if it is 100% no vapor, then it becomes 0. So, and then if it is a vapor and liquid mixture, then depending on the value of Q, the value will be vapor and liquid will be flow rate will be shown here. So this is the case. Just take one example. Suppose if feed is 100 kilomoles and Q value is 0.35, means 35% of the feed is in the liquid phase. So amount of the liquid in the feed is 100 multiplied by 0.35, that is 35 kilomoles, and the remaining 1 minus 0.35, that is 0.65, multiplied by the 100, that gives that 65 moles. This is the amount of vapor in the feed. So in this way we can find out the amount of liquid and amount of vapor in the feed stock. Okay, now come to the one of the very important thing, that is a Q-line equation. We have to develop the Q-line equation, that is a feed equation, that is very much useful for the stripping section, for the drawing of the stripping section line. How we can do it? So we have discussed about this diagram. What is the meaning of this diagram? The feed is charged into the column, and QF is the amount of liquid going into the column in the downside, and 1 minus qf is the amount of vapor that is going into the upward section. Now what happened? Obviously, this is a liquid, qf is a liquid. You can see here, this is the qf, that is a liquid from the feed. But there are one more stream of liquid that is coming from the upper section of the tower, that is the enriching section of the tower. And that L, we know that this is the L, this is the flow rate of liquid into the enriching section. This L is coming from the above of the feed. So these are the, this is also a liquid phase. So this L plus QF, these two if you add these two liquids, that is nothing but the amount of the liquid flowing inside the inside the stripping section, L dash. So L dash can be defined as L plus QF. Okay, got it? Similarly, so this is the vapor phase because of the liquid that is entering into the column, means this is. But we know that there are also the vapors coming from the stripping section, from the bottom section of the column, from the lower section of the column, and that is V dash, that is V dash. So if you sum V dash plus 1 minus QF, that gives the value of V, that is the flow rate of the vapor into the enriching section. Got it? So how these are related? You can do it. V is equal to V, this V is equal to V dash plus 1 minus QF. Got it? If we rearrange this one, so it means that V minus V dash is equal to 1 minus QF. Similarly, L dash is equal to L plus QF. If you go for rearrangement of this one, so L dash minus L is equal to QF. Now these two equations are obtained from the given diagram. Come to the next part, that is the enriching feed equations and stripping feed equations. If you omit the n plus 1, because we are not going to discuss n and n plus 1, it is the location where the feed is going on. So at the one single tray, that is the feed tray, at that one we can, if you remove that n plus 1, then we can get Vy is equal to Lx plus dxd, and V dash y is equal to L dash x minus V Wxw. So we can get these two equations. So with the help of these two equations, if you divide the equation 1 minus equation 2, subtracting is stripping from the enriching, so this y in this here y is common, so we can take y and this will be a V minus V dash. Similarly here, this x is common, take out the x, so we can get the L minus L dash. And similarly the last portion, this portion, so this portion is a very important one, dxd plus wxw. What is the meaning of this portion? This portion is, if you go for the overall material balance, means feed is entering into the column, top is the distillate product, bottom is the W, and if you go for the material balance, F is equal to D plus W, overall material balance. And component material balance, Fxf is equal to dxd plus wxw. So this value can be replaced by Fxf, as we can see. So this value can be replaced by Fxf. Okay, and these values V minus V dash, so you know that this is the V minus V dash, means you can replace this value by 1 minus QF. Similarly, L minus L dash can be replaced by, this value can be replaced by this one. It should be a minus QF, because this is L dash, here L minus L dash, so it can be a minus QF. Putting all these values, putting this value, this reference value, and this value, you can get, and after solving, y is equal to, so x will be here, and xf will, instead of this one, you can find the xf. So q upon q minus 1, x minus 1 upon q minus 1. This is the final equation. This is known as the Q-line equation. This is known as the feed equation. So now come again feed equation, that is the Q-line equation. After combining both enriching and operating line equations, Q-line equation can be obtained. So Q equation, this is the Q equation. What is the important characteristics of the Q equation? First thing, this Q equation is representing the straight line. Why? Because Q is a constant, so this value is a constant value. Means it is nothing but the y is equal to mx plus c. So if the slope is constant, it is a straight line, number one, and slope is q upon q minus 1. Now the second thing, this line, this straight line cuts y is equal to x line there in the xy diagram at x is equal to xf. So this is also cut the intersection point. Number 3, it is a locus of a two operating line. That is the important thing, enriching and stripping both. What it means that the intersection point of enriching and stripping is the point where this q line is also connecting. For example, this is, if for example this is a stripping enriching line, and this is a stripping line, so this point is the point of intersection for the q line. So q line is this one, enriching line is this one, sorry, and stripping line is this one. All these three lines will be crossed at a single point. So that is basically the important thing for us to find out the all the necessary and important line in the XY diagram. How we can do it? Let us take example. So before going to take the example, now we know about all these informations. These are the 5 different conditions. Means if saturated liquid Q is equal to 1, if saturated vapor Q is equal to 0, for subcooled Q is greater than 1, and for the liquid vapor mixture it is live is between 0 to 1, and for the superheated vapors it should be less than 0. So if you go for the diagram for the Q line, if you put these values into the Q equations, because 1 minus Q minus 1, that is the that is the slope, sorry, Q upon Q minus 1, like that. Yes, q upon q minus 1. Q upon q minus 1 is the slope. So if you put this value q upon q minus 1, for example, if you put for the saturated liquid, so it can be 1 upon 1 minus 1. So what it means that 1 upon 0 is equal to infinity. So it is tan 90. Tan 90 means value is 90. So it can be number 4. Number 4, this value is representing the saturated liquid. Okay, similarly, if the q is equal to 0, so 0 upon 0 minus 1 is equal to 0. It means tan 0. It means it is a straight line. It makes the angle 0 with respect to the x-axis. So this is 2 is the saturated vapor. Similarly, this is 1 is for the superheated vapor. This 3 is the partially vaporized, means vapor and liquid mixture. 5 is the subcooled liquid. These are the possible line of the Q line of different thermal conditions. So for saturated liquid and for saturated vapor, you should remember. In fact, you should remember all the 5 possible line of the feed line of the Q line equations. Now come to the important step, how we can put this Q line into the XY diagram. So we know about this is XD 95%, 0.9. Similarly, this is 0.05 is the XW, that is the amount of A into the bottom. This is amount of A into the top. Obviously, top have a higher value. A feed can be a 45%. So this is XF. All these 3 points will be, we have to find out all these 3 points on this axis, on this line, because these 3 lines are crossing from the y is equal to x line. So this point, okay, this point is basically the point from where the stripping line will cross through. This is the point from where the feed line will cross through, and this is a point from where the enriching line will cross through. So first we have to draw the enriching line, because we know the R value, so we can draw it. Now the next step, we have to draw the Q line, because we know the thermal conditions, so we can draw it. So this intersection point basically helps to find out. Now this is a point, and the second point is this one. If you join these two points, automatically the stripping line will be formed. So in this way, we can find out the stripping line and enriching line in the XY diagram. That is the way to define this. Now the next step is the number of stages, how to draw the stages for the distillation column, if these are the enriching and stripping line. So start from this point, straight up to the equilibrium, then now fall down up to the, this is called the operating line, enriching operating line. Then again straight up to the equilibrium, fall down up to the operating line equation. This is called also the operating line equations. Then again up to the equilibrium, straight. Then again straight perpendicular, means operating line. Then it should be a parallel to x-axis and up to the equilibrium line, then operating line, then equilibrium line. Now this is the important thing. We have a 2 line now, because one is the stripping line, one is the enriching line. After this point, after the Q point, you have to now switch to the stripping point, because after this is the feed location, after the feed bottom is after the feed, a lower section of the feed is known as the enriching known as the stripping sections. So here the governing equation is the enriching stripping equations. So stripping equations, we have to fall up to the, we have to put the line up to the stripping equations, then again equilibrium, then again stripping operating line, then again equilibrium, then again stripping operating line, again, and again. And now what happened? If you see that it is slightly beyond the value of the xw, if you see, it can be a 0.04, not the 0.04, if you follow it. So it means that these are the all these equilibrium points are known as the number of stages. This is the first stage, this is the second stage, this is the third stage, this is the fourth one, this is the fifth one, this is the sixth one, seven, eighth, nine, and the last one is 10. If you use the 10 stages, then you will obtain the 0.04, but our target is, our target is 0.05. So it means you have to use less than 10 stages, means 9 plus some values. So you can also obtain the fractional values. How? You just measure this complete distance by the scale. If suppose this is the, say this is the 9 centimeter or 10 centimeter, and you have to find out this difference, means how much this distance is there. So what is the percentage of this distance out of total distance? If say it is a 80% distance, so it can be a 9.8. This is a number of stage. If it is a 90% of total distance, we can say 9.9. If it is a 50% of total distance, we can say 9.5, and so on. So you can put the number of stages in the fractions also, depending upon the how much percentage of the total length it is. So in this way you can find out the number of stages. That is our objective with the Macabre-Thiele. Our target is to find out the number of stages for the given conditions of refluxes, given condition of feed, and given condition of the bottom. So in this way we can find out the number of stages. Thank you very much.